The NBA draft is just a couple days away, and on today's video, we're going to go through our final NBA mock draft with the Knicks having 3 selections. I used the Fanspo website to go through a mock draft, so if you have complaints about Marshall, this player's not going to be available when you're on the clock and you make that pick, take it up with them. As you do know, the New York Knicks own the 24th, 25th, and 38th pick in this 2024 NBA draft. And I'm not going to lie to you, I do not think they make all 3 picks, but for the sake of today's video and the exercise, we made all 3 selections. I want you to weigh in, though, for me first. 1.5 picks made by the New York Knicks on draft night. Will it be over? Will it be under? Will they make 1 pick or over 1.5? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. With the 24th pick in the 2024 NBA draft, the New York Knicks in this mock draft select the athletic big man Yves Missi out of Baylor, an almost 6'11" prospect that comes in about 230 pounds. He's 19 and a half years old, and with the smoke and the rumors that the New York Knicks are looking to trade Mitchell Robinson, you have your Mitchell Robinson replacement in Yves Missi. He is a springy athlete. He excels as a rim protector and doesn't take many plays off. I love the energy and the effort that he plays with. He honestly reminds me of a young Mitchell Robinson. I think he's a little bit more skilled and I would say a little bit more polished as an offensive player at this stage in his career compared to where Robinson was coming out of high school. A great roller, strong hands to handle passes in tight windows, and he throws down lobs. He can jump just like he does. He's not confident in himself yet to take a jump shot. He still has to grow on the offensive end, and you see that on the numbers and in the stat sheet from the Big 12 this past year. Averaged almost 11 points per game, just shy of 6 rebounds. Is giving you a block and a half per night, though, in 22.9 minutes per game. So I'm expecting him to continue to grow in this league, and I think that he's someone that could be, I don't want to say an immediate contributor in the NBA for the New York Knicks, but definitely someone that's going to come in and give you some impactful minutes. He can switch on to guards on the perimeter in the pick and roll. He can guard almost any 5 in this league. Needs to add more muscle to his frame, but overall you're getting a young, athletic, long, lengthy, defensive-minded wing that if you're trying to replace Robinson, Missi might be the best person in this class. The Knicks, they're back, though, on the clock with number 25, and I have them selecting the defensive specialist, Ryan Dunn, out of Virginia. Kind of a theme that I went with in this 24 and 25 pick. So I want players that are going to affect the game defensively, and Ryan Dunn might be the best defensive player in this class. He's 21 and a half years old. He's got a wingspan over 7 feet, and he's 6'6" and a quarter inch, 214 pounds. He'll be able to defend almost every position in this league. I think he'd have trouble against bigger big men like a Joel Embiid or a Nikola Jokic or somebody like that. But 1 through 4, I think he'll be very fine. Could also see him struggling against shorter, quicker guards, maybe like a Tyrese Maxey. When you talk about 2s, 3s, and 4s, Dunn will be able to handle them. And for his size, he's a fantastic rebounder. He utilizes athleticism and length to pick up boards. And while he is, in my opinion, the best defender in this class, he's got a ways to go on the offensive end. The Ringer's Kevin O'Connor says this about Dunn, quote, a special defender who disrupts plays in every way. He's intelligent, often blowing up opponents' plays, and with his versatility, he can switch to effectively contain opponents of any shape or style. Understands his offensive role. He isn't a creator, but he limits mistakes and keeps the ball moving. He's going to be able to immediately have an impact on the defensive end. I just wonder if he is a guy that would be more of like an Andre Roberson or Matisse Thybulle role, or will he be able to develop some sort of offensive game? Shot less than 23% from downtown last year. He just really doesn't even take threes. But if he can become a league average shooter, if he could shoot 35% from 3 from his career, he's going to be a guy that is a major, major contributor on a winning basketball team. We are just a couple days away, though. And we're going to be live for Thursday and Wednesday of the NBA draft. Not sure why I said Thursday first, but day 1 and day 2 of the NBA draft. So if you want to watch the draft with a New York Knicks focus with your boys here at Chat Sports, subscribe to the channel and turn your notifications on. I was very happy with the picks that I got to make at pick 24 and 25, selecting Missi and Dunn. But I'm even more thrilled about the selection that we were able to make at pick number 38. That's Ajay Mitchell, the guard out of UC Santa Barbara, 6'3", 197 pounds. He's 22 years old, and he kind of gives me a little bit of Jalen Brunson vibes. I know, Marsh, he's not Jalen Brunson, I get it. But when you watch the craftiness that he plays with, his ability to score from every spot on the floor, reminds me of Brunson and kind of a little bit of Andrew Nembhard as well. A fluid scorer, knows how to get to his spots, really good shooter from deep, both off the dribble and the catch. He lacks elite athleticism, leading to struggles getting downhill and on defense, but he converts at the rim at north of 60%, or at least last year he did for UC Santa Barbara. And I think he's the guy that can come in, control the pace when Brunson sits down, carry your offense from time to time, and be a guy that you can rely on to be an engine when Jalen Brunson's off the floor. O'Connor of The Ringer says this about Mitchell, quote, a crafty finisher at the rim with excellent footwork and body control. An improved shooter as a junior, making nearly 40% of his threes, and he wasn't just taking standstill shots. He looks comfortable off movement, which could make him a versatile player at the next level if the shot continues to go in. I mean, dude, he lit up the stat sheet. I'd like to see him become more of a distributor at times, but I don't necessarily think that was his role in college. They looked for him to be a bucket. He was their go-to guy, and he did it more often than not, giving you 20 points per game and knocking it down from the field at 50.4% and 39.3% from three. He's crafty, got a little Brunson in him. He's got to step back. He can get to his left hand, can force his way downhill, soft, creative touch around the rim. I'm a big-time fan of his. He's got good size at 6'3". I think Ajay Mitchell is a player that could be a productive role player in this league coming off the bench and maybe develop into a starter down the line. So this is my final mock draft. This is a mixture of what I would do and what I think the New York Knicks would do. You get Yves Missi, the shot-blocking big with amazing athleticism, and I would say untapped potential if he ever becomes an offensive player. Ryan Dunn, the defensive specialist, someone that you could throw on a wing score and slow him down maybe when OG Anunoby's hurt or not able to play. And then Ajay Mitchell, the scoring guard at a UC Santa Barbara. So you get a big man that can defend, a wing that can defend, and a guard that can put the ball in the basket. And look, you're not going to fix your team overnight in the NBA draft, but I think with these three selections, you fit three different needs. I think the Knicks are going to need a center, especially if Mitchell Robinson leaves. They could use another true wing on the perimeter that can defend when OG Anunoby's not healthy. You don't want Josh Hart to be your only wing defender at 6'4". And then Ajay Mitchell, a scoring guard off the bench that I actually think could play alongside Deuce McBride. I think they'd be a pretty cool and fun backcourt duo to watch. Deuce, I think, is more of an off-ball player at this point. Maybe can develop into a point guard, but Mitchell could have the ball in his hands, and he can find Deuce in those spot-up situations. Be honest with me, though. Grade this mock draft. Let's pretend these are the three picks that Leon Rose made. Missi, Dunn, and Mitchell. Grade it for me, A, B, C, D, or F. And make sure you're following me over on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on IG at @MarshallGreen_. Hit me up over there, and I'll see you Wednesday night as we broadcast the NBA Draft live here on the channel.